A very, 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 very good morning to you. It's me, Rasheed, coach, speaker and author, and welcome to this. It's the June 2024 episode of Catch the Coach, your newsletter for fulfillment and for meaningful progress. And it's June, it's summer, it's a new season, it's a new opportunity. We're also halfway through the year, and that's my theme this episode. So there's three things I'm going to invite you to do: to review, to plan ahead, and I'm also going to invite you to get re-energized and refreshed, because that's what summer can be a great opportunity to. And June particularly, it's the middle of the year, so we're going to take that time to review the progress so far. We're going to be using this as an opportunity to think a little bit about planning ahead, what's really important for you for the rest of the year. And also, it's really important as summer begins to take that time to refresh, reconnect, and to re-energize yourself. So let's dive straight in. And remember, of course, you can subscribe to this channel where you can get, in fact, to my YouTube channel, there's hundreds and hundreds of videos. Literally, there's hundreds of videos to help you on that life, career, and personal journey. So let's take, first of all, that time, first of all, to review. Let's take that little time to really review. Because what's interesting here is at the start of the year, often it's we start off with all these grand plans, isn't it, of all the things we want to do, all of the things that it is that we're wanting to achieve. It's great, we've got all of these things that we're wanting to do and all we want to achieve. But by often a couple of months in, we've kind of lost track, the momentum, we're just caught up in everything that's happening. So this point of June, halfway through the year, is actually a really good, quarterly is even better, monthly and weekly is even better, and to do all of those things. But halfway through the year is a really, really good opportunity for you to really take stock and think, okay, what's been the learning, what's the richness, and so on. So I'm going to ask you a number of questions. Take a pen and paper, or write this on your phone or on your computer or what have you. And these questions will really, 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 really help you. So, first question is, what is it you're grateful for? What is it that you're grateful for? What's it that you're grateful for? Next question, what is it that you're proud of? And again, you might be wanting to look at this question perhaps through the lens of the year that's been. You might also be at a particular point where you might be thinking, actually, you want to take a kind of a broader perspective on these questions. You might be looking at this in a broader life context. So what is it that you're grateful for? What is it that you're proud of? Next question, what have been the highlights of your year personally and professionally so far? What have been the highlights? Then when you're ready, and the achievements, highlights and the achievements, and then when you're ready, what have been the challenges? Next question, what have been the changes? So remember, you can pause this video at any time and go back to it. What have been the changes? What's changed, or what's coming around the corner? Maybe there are changes that are happening for you personally or professionally right now. So what have been those changes? What have been those challenges? When you're ready, reflecting all of that, what's been the main learning? It's reflecting on the highlights, the challenges, what you're proud of, all the rest of it, and things that might be coming around the corner. What's been your learning from the year? This is such a good question, because it's really, really important. I was saying that life is constantly teaching us lessons. The question is, are we listening? Are we learning? So really do take that time. And what now do you think the priorities should be? So reflecting all of that, what perhaps should be your priorities for the second half of the year? Because that's going to help you when it comes to this thing around planning. So that's it, we've done our reflection. This time of the year also can be good to do a little bit of planning before we get to dive deeper into that summer holiday bit. So there might be a number of lenses which you're wanting to do this. If you're a manager, if you're a leader, it can be a really good time to think about where are you at personally, where the team at, what development is needed, what support do you have, what needs to be in place. There's quite a lot of levels to look at that through. And the exercise that we did a while ago, just a few minutes ago, might be a good starting point for that. You might want to have a team development day, and if you're a leader, if you're a manager, if you arrange those, it's the kind of thing that I facilitate, or sometimes you might have the skills to facilitate. Depends where you are. It can be really, really useful to plan for the rest of the year. It might be something that you strategically plan in for the beginning of the autumn, or there might be another time when it is mindful, a good time to do it. But it can be really good to have those times where you get together to plan collectively as well. But also, I want to ask you, in terms of your own personal career, whoever it is you are, wherever it is that you're at, do you have a plan for your career? Do you have a career plan? If you don't, it's time to write one. To write that career plan, and perhaps to write yourself a handful of goals between 3 and 5 for the rest of the year. That would be my tip. Between 3 and 5 goals for the rest of your year. The funny thing I will say about goals is you've got to know when to have them, when to hold them, when to let go of them. So we've done a little bit around planning there, to think a little bit about planning. And when it comes to planning, I want you to think a little bit about how organized are you? What happens in the day-to-day? Do you follow up on those plans? Are you organized in the day-to-day? It can often go really south. So you're going to probably need some discipline and routine. I was having a wonderful conversation with two wonderful peers of mine about the power of discipline. I'm right next to a tennis court, tennis players. They need to have a lot of discipline. They all have a routine. You're sure they'll have their plans for the whole year, all of the things that it is that they're wanting to achieve and so on. But they also need to have that discipline and that routine of what it is that they're doing day to day. And they can need rest too. And that leads us beautifully on to my final theme. So we've talked a little bit about reflecting. We've talked a little bit about planning ahead. And now the important thing in many ways is the rest, the fun, the recuperation, becoming re-energized again. And summer is great for that. So whether it's about that you're wanting to get out and about, play some sport, get into nature, go for some walks, spend quality time with friends and loved ones, have some hobbies, get away, or have a staycation where you can put your feet up. Now is the time to really, really think about that. So first of all, my friends, have you put that time in? Have you put that time into your diary for your holidays and your break? Because you might think, oh my God, no, I've got too much to do. I'm stuck at work. I just realised I've got this. I'm boxed in. I'm caged in. Well, actually, I think what's really important now is just take that little bit of time. Just put in, if you haven't done in, that break time, that holiday time. Now, look, it might well be something that's coming up immediately. Over the next month or two, it might be something for later in the year, but the mere act of putting those dates in the diary can be really powerful. It can be really, really profound. It can be really, really, really helpful to you. So that would be my tip, to put those dates and that time in, and really just think a little bit about where it is that you're at, what's going to work for you. Is it that you really just need to down tools? Is it that it might be a time where it's been poor health, where you just need to really focus on getting your energy back? Or it might be about time of bringing a little bit more fun or spontaneity or play. Look at the dogs there; they're just at play with life. So it's worth thinking a little bit about what's going to work for you and what's going to work for you at this chapter in your life. Anyway, I think I've given you lots of stuff to think about. So what we've talked about here, we are in June, and it's your half-year review, and it's a very, very powerful time for you and for the things that are really important to you and that you want to do. So do take that time to reflect, that time to plan ahead, and that time to just enjoy the joy of life itself. And I want to kind of end there with that sometimes what can happen in all of the busyness of life is that we forget the joy of life. We get so caught up in the minutiae and what's going on in our phones and what's going on in other people's lives. We forget the big picture. What we perceive is going on in people's lives. So summer also provides that opportunity to just step back and really appreciate what's really important in life, which is this gift of life. Because as I often say, and actually to leave you with an ending quote, because in the version that people get delivered to their emails usually has an ending quote, but I want to leave you with this one. Every day is a blessing and a bonus. Every day is a blessing and a bonus. So happy June to you. Enjoy your half-year review, and I wish you all the best for the rest of the year ahead. Take good care. Bye-bye.